Hi, it's me, Vicki Marie, and I'm here with my celestial background again. So first of all, thank you to everyone for subscribing, sharing, liking my videos. Thank you to all my members. Thank you to everyone who's bought me a Ko-fi, sent me a super, sent me a PayPal, sent me an email. Any of you that have contributed anyway in my channel, thank you so much. And even my trolley dollies, my trolls, thank you so much for helping my channel to grow. Now, first thing I want to do, well, the reason I'm making this video, I'm going to, any of you that want me to name and shame your MP or your senator, if you're in America or wherever you are, if you want me to make a video that, because you feel that you've been let down by your political representative who you pay their wages, you as a taxpayer in whatever country you're in, if you're living in a democracy where people are elected by you to, you know, they're elected by you to represent you. And even if you didn't vote for them, they're still supposed to represent you because they are the representative for your area. So this is just really started to annoy me lately, particularly since the Nicola Bulley case, isn't it? When these people like Mr. Snowman, the crime commissioner who's been elected, is in that position, he gets to, you know, show off on his Twitter about all the different meals he's having and wine he's drinking and what a great fucking time he's having, because he's been paid by you to do that. You know, in the meantime, he is supposed to do a little bit of work as well, but then he doesn't want to answer his emails, or, you know, he can't take criticism. You know, he just wants to be told what a fantastic job he's doing, and he's like fucking Top Gun. Sorry, I won't swear again, I promise. I'm trying not to swear. He's like Top Gun, you know, having his picture taken and all these He-Man poses. And then on his Twitter, he's letting everybody know what a fantastic time he's having. But what is he actually doing when people email him with genuine concerns, etc.? And he doesn't even bother replying. So that's him. I've already shown him up for that. I think we all know what Mr. Snowman is like, and let's hope he doesn't get elected again. Right, sorry, I'm on this is coffee. Then one of my subscribers sent me an email saying, you know, they were going to write to their MP because they weren't happy about Mr. Snowman's comments, etc. They wrote to their MP a few weeks ago, have not had a reply. So today I'm going to name and shame this MP. If he is your MP, this is in the UK. This is very close to where Nicola Bulley met her demise. You know, the Lancashire, all comes in the, you know. And I'm from Lancashire. I'm a Lancashire lass. I want to be proud of where I come from. I don't want to be thinking that the police are terrible and they're not looking after people, etc. And the MPs. Now, I don't care whether they're Conservative, Labour, Liberal Democrat, or Screaming Monster Looney Party. If they've been voted in, whether to represent you wherever you are, whether it be in Britain, whether it be in any country, they are supposed to represent you. And the minimum they can do is reply to an email. So anyway, so my subscriber recently let me know that this man, let's have a look at him. Now, I could easily say, well, typically enough, he is Conservative, but I shouldn't say that because I'm sure there's lots of Labour MPs out there that you're not happy with for whatever reason, and I will name and shame them just the same. It doesn't matter which party, as I say, that they come from. If they don't even reply to you, they don't have to agree with you. They have to reply to you. They have to be accountable. They have to say to you, look, this is the situation. That is what they're paid for, and they're paid what is it, £80,000 a year these MPs are paid. So here he is. Well, you know, anyway, there he is. Paul Maynard. He's a Conservative MP. He's the Parliamentary Under Secretary of State for Transport, and he was born on the 16th of December 1975, which, as you know, I'm not very good at, so I don't know, he's in his 50s, isn't he? Mid to late 50s. Now, he's been MP from 2010, so he's been the MP there for quite a long time, so we can't blame anything that's going wrong there on Labour or, you know, I don't know, any other government that's been before. He has been the MP for I think it's Blackpool and Blackpool North and Cleveleys. He has been the MP there since 2010. So he's been in 13 years, as long as the Tory party has been governing what once was Great Britain. So he's been in charge there for 13 years. So he's got no excuse to blame on anybody else for anything that's going wrong there. And he's served in the cabinet. You know, he served as Parliamentary Under Secretary of State for Justice, and he served for Transport from 2016 to 2018 and 2019 to 2020. I don't think he's in the cabinet at the moment. Oh, no, he is. He's still, is he? No, he was the parliamentary. So, no, he's not in the cabinet at the moment. Okay, so let's just read a little bit about him because it's important to know about him. He was born in Crewe, Cheshire. So he's from Cheshire, he's from the area. He was left with cerebral palsy and a speech defect when he was strangled by the umbilical cord at birth. So he's one of the very few disabled MPs that we have in the House of Commons. So he's done well to go, you know, to come through all that, and, you know, good for him. And he attended St Ambrose College. I know of that. It's a grammar school based in Altrincham. And he went on to obtain a first class history degree at University College, Oxford. So he went to Oxford. He's a Catholic. He's quite, active in the Catholic Church. Make of that what you will. Anyway. So he he was finally elected in 2010 to the House of Commons in the 2010 general election with a small majority, 2,150. Now, whether that increased then as time went on, we'll have a look in a minute because we're going to look at that actual seat. But it is one of those seats that's going to be changed at the next election, so might all be different then anyway. But in 2011, he said he received abuse from Labour MPs who had mocked his disability. And of course, Labour Party's sources confirmed that that would be unacceptable. So I don't know who did that. I mean, who would do that? You know, I mean, something must have happened because John Bercow, who was the Speaker of the House of Commons at the time, issued a written statement warning them that that abuse was unacceptable. I'm a bit sort of flabbergasted by that, but that was awful, and, you know, I'll stand with him on that. What don't stand with him? These are the things that I don't like him for. So, in October 2013, he suggested that some people visit food banks out of habit rather than genuinely need, and that disability campaigners that were opposed to welfare reform were extremists. Anyway, finally, he apologised following criticism. So this is a guy who is disabled, and of course, you know, any of you out there who maybe do have a disability, you'll have seen how this Conservative government has tried its very best to take everybody's benefits away from them. And then, but of course, then in 2014, he was highlighted with his name included in a group of Conservatives who made very high claims for first class rail travel. You know, they're always so, you know, it just winds me up so much. They jump on people going to food banks. He's jumping on people going to food banks saying they're doing out of habit, not out of need. Why are you travelling first class and charging that to the taxpayer? That's not need, that's habit. Anyway, there's been some controversy about donations, etc. I don't know the full details of that. But he voted against. So he's one of those holier than thou people. He voted against the same-sex marriage bill in 2013. So any of you who are out there, maybe in his constituency, maybe you voted for him because you just always vote Conservative. Well, if you're gay, then you should know that he voted against same-sex couples getting married. You know, I do think this is important, and I'm as guilty as this as anybody. You know, we have the, you know, there are some people who just would never vote Conservative or would never vote Labour, you know, in a million years, because it's just the way, you know, we should really look at people more individually, because, you know, a lot of people are saying Mrs. Thatcher, oh, she was fantastic and that. I've heard gay people say that. She said that being gay was an illness. You know, I think if you look into individually actually what the opinions these people held, you can't just think, oh yeah, she was great because she let us all buy our council houses. You know, you've got to look into things a bit deeper than that. Anyway, so yeah, oh, so he got an increased majority in 2015. He supported Brexit. Of course, the only politicians that are left now in the Conservative Party are people that supported Brexit, because they got rid of all the others. That's why they're so crap now, because they got rid of anyone who wasn't pro-Brexit, you know, for propaganda reasons. And now, unfortunately, a lot of them were some of the best Conservative MPs, you know. I might not be a Conservative, but there are quite a lot of MPs that I have a lot of respect for, but not anymore. They've all gone. They've all gone. They were all turfed out because they didn't agree with Brexit. So you're left with these sort of MPs. Anyway. So, yeah, he's done a few things. So he's campaigned on a range of issues, such as keeping fuel prices low, investment for rebuilding St. Mary's Catholic College. Okay. And he's supposed to have played an active role in improving accessibility of apprentices for people with learning disabilities. Good. There was something else that I saw that I thought, oh, well, that's good. So he lives in Bispham, Blackpool. He is a Catholic. Don't know if he's married or whatever. It doesn't say anything about his social life. I'm trying to think where it was that I was reading earlier. And I thought, oh, well, you know, that's good. I can't find it now. Something that he's been advocating. And I thought, oh, good for him. Let's have a look. Let's see. Oh, God, I should have written it down. That's what happens when I don't write things down. I forget. Oh, that's right. He wants to abolish the House of Lords and set up an elected body, which I can't remember where that was now, but I remember reading that. He said that he does advocate for an elected second house, a bit like the Senate in America, rather than the House of Lords. So I think that's about the only thing that I could say that I agree with him for. Anyway, the thing is, the main thing I've got against this guy is he did not reply to my subscribers' email. She's his, he looks a little bit scary as well to me, but anyway, he's my subscriber wrote to him in good faith, asking questions or and did not even receive a reply. So what I want to say to anyone who's in this area in North Blackpool and Cleveleys, see if you get a reply, if you want to, obviously, if you want to complain about Andrew Snowman, you don't get a reply because he's a Conservative. I bet if the commissioner, when it was the Labour commissioner for police in Lancashire, you know, remember when things seemed to be a bit better, bet you would have got a reply then. You know, they should, these things, they just make me so angry, because he should reply, even if it's just to say, oh, look, you know, this is a situation and, you know, bugger off, basically. You should reply. That's what you get paid for. And at the end of the day, you'll have people to reply. So there'll be people there answering his mail, telling him, oh, what shall I do about this? What shall I do about that? And he's just said, oh, just don't reply. How dare he? How dare he do that? He wouldn't be in that job if it weren't for the electorate voting him in, and for taxpayers paying his wages while he buzzes off up to London first class. But he says that people that go to food banks are doing it through habit, not through genuine need. So two-faced, so hypocritical. Anyway, so then I just went and had a look at his constituency. So it's Blackpool North and Cleveleys. So it's not far from St Michael's and Inskip, where Nikki was. It's about an hour away, I suppose. And this constituency is going to be subject to major boundary changes. So if you live in the Blackpool area, 4 Borough of Blackpool wards will be transferred to an expanded Blackpool South. And to compensate, the constituency will take in the rest of the Thornton Cleveleys conurbation, as well as Fleetwood to the north. And so the constituency will revert to being named Blackpool North and Fleetwood, which will, and the first time it will be contested will be at the next general election. So just out of interest, now I don't know what difference that is going to make to his prospects of winning it. I think, you know, at the end of the day, the Conservatives won't be changing it if it's not going to be in their favour, in my eyes. Not only the Conservatives, you know, at the end of the day, they do things for their own good. Now, we can see how the Conservative vote used to be quite high by the look of it. And then at some point here, it crossed over and Labour started winning. And then it went down again. That'll be to do with Brexit. That might have had a massive effect in the north, didn't it? So it'd be very interesting to see what happens in the next election. Now Brexit's not an issue anymore, or shouldn't be an issue anymore. So that's it. I just wanted to name and shame him. He did not reply to my subscriber. If you have an MP you'd like to be named and shamed as someone who does not, or if you have maybe an MP or a legal or a political representative, doesn't matter which country you're in, maybe you've got someone that you'd like to give a shout out to and say, look, they were brilliant. They did this for me. I wrote them a letter and they were great and they were really supportive. So one way or the other, let me know, because I'd quite like, because some of the, like that particular MP, I had never heard of, and I do follow politics. So, you know, you tend to only really know the people that are in the cabinet, and or actually your MP, or if something comes up in particular. So it's interesting to call out all these MPs, you know, and let them know that we're not just people out. They're just sitting there on the back benches. A lot of them, aren't they? And just you know, taking their money, taking their 80,000 pounds a year wages plus expenses. I mean, you know, by the time £80,000 is a lot of money, whether you didn't, even if you didn't have to pay anything else out of it. You know, you get so many perks and everything being an MP. And okay, you know, fair enough, but then work for it. You know, work for the money that you're earning off the taxpayer. Okay, that's my rant over. So yeah, let me know if you have written to anyone, not received a reply, etc. The coroner's another one. I think I'm going to have to name and shame him sooner or later, because James Aidley he just doesn't reply to anyone. And when he does reply, it's a load of crap, because he says things like, oh, I'm not allowed to comment on inquests. One that you're not allowed to comment. He's done a bloody TV show about people's inquests. So it's just a load of rubbish what he's saying. So anyway, there you go. I'll see you later. I think we'll be on the hunt for Danilo, whatever his surname is, with JLR later today. We'll see how it goes. Just to let, I think most of my members know, but just to let you know, the members live streams where we'll be doing the Nicola, gosh, we've got so much stuff to go through, the next Nicola Bully workshop, but it'll be Thursday, because we've changed the live streams to Thursdays now. So Thursday at 8 o'clock, we'll be going through all this information and seeing what we think of it. So, okay, I'll see you later. And remember to always live and love very wisely. Write to your MP anytime you've got something to say, because that is what they are there for. You know, that is the whole point of a democracy. Democracies stop functioning when people lose interest and stop. You know, I feel like the mainstream media has already lost interest in sort of picking people up about things. You know, MPs get away probably literally with murder, you know, and we've got to make them realise that we're not just going to sit back and, you know, we see them. We see them. Okay, thank you. Remember to always live and love very wisely. I'll see you very soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you. Thank you.